you're on the same tour with the British Bulldogs, one of the last ones they did as a tag team in All Japan Pro Wrestling in 1989. Was it evident at that point that there was tension between the two? Because I think they basically split up and really acrimoniously like the year afterwards.
Oh. Was it Davey Boy on that trip or Johnny Smith?
In '89, it was Davey and Dynamite still.
Was it Davey?
Yeah.
Well, there was no evidence that there's no. Didn't seem like they were. They didn't seem like they're having any problems there. It was later when I was booking New Zealand. I brought the Dynamite in, and he was with the Johnny Smith.
What did you understand that the fallout was all about?
Deteriorating health. Just Dynamite getting bitter, and Davey with, maybe drug problems. I don't know. I was gone by then. I hadn't been around them. I heard, Davey was having a good time with the pipe, and so I don't know what happened. I know Dynamite was bitter, and Davey was using Bulldog name and taking another Bulldog, So, what actually happened, truth are two different things.
So, sort of lasting memories of Dynamite. I don't know when the last time you spoke to him was. Did you ever call him when he was back in England, or?
Last time I saw him was in New Zealand, Auckland Hotel. They'd gotten. We paid everybody off the night before, and everybody was leaving. We'd gone up to Auckland to catch the international flights out. I guess Dynamite was going back to Canada. I don't know where Johnny was going. I was going back to Hawaii. And Ray Johns, my partner in the New Zealand thing, the guy was promoting New Zealander, went in the room, and there was money all over. The Dynamite's money was all over the floor. He was naked, walking around drunk, and sometime we got 2 hours before our plane leaves. Let's go, So he got them together, and his guys got them together, and he made it. But that was about it. Yeah.
Do you have any nice stories about Dynamite? I'm sort of struggling to find any, but I thought if you hung around him enough, is there anything that Dynamite did that was nice or laudable or admirable, other than wrestling?
Well, he was a good guy. I mean, he liked to rib guys, and take maybe take things, to the next step or too far. But he wasn't a bad guy. Everybody that knew him, everybody that liked him, everybody that was around him or spent time with him. The Warrior hung out with him. Jimmy Powers, everybody was around him. Liked the guy. He was not, he wasn't a total, just the things he did, the people he did them to, just brought a lot of recognition to him. But he wasn't a bad guy. Towards the end, maybe, when the pain and a disparity and everything else set in. Maybe in mind, then some of those scenes with the shotgun and his ex-wife and stuff like that. That's to me, that just shows a mental illness, of not being cared for, not being. Well, it was like the wrestling business, what it was in those days. You're boom. You give you a stack of tickets this thick and a booking and go. We'll see you in 3-4 weeks, till we give you your next stack of tickets. And that was it. And you had you're talking on the thing earlier about Calgary and but that was when wrestling was San Francisco territory. Like you had mine before all the Dynamite questions. Is those are the days we used to every night you wrestle a different person. Every night you'd have a different match. So you were creative, you're inventive. You know, you're going. When I was with Steamboat or when I was with Snooker, it was every single night in a row. Steamboat, 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 Steamboat. Something happened and it's a tag with Steamboat. You know, you just so all your creative juices just dry up. You know, this match, we had a great match over here. This works good. That high spot, okay, let's just do it. And you know, you lose, and you're going that far. You're on your family. You're always moving. You know, 10,000 miles a week you're covering. You know, you just don't. You know, there's for some reason you don't. You know, the creativity just kind of burns out in you. You know, so Dynamite, like I say, he gets the whole ball of wax as far as bringing the new wrestling, the English wrestling, the off the top rope, the suplexes off the top, and the dives and stuff like that. There were English guys around long before that. The Les Thorntons, the Tony Charleses, the Tony Roccas, and not to mention, you know, the big picture in the room, Billy Robinson, who first brought carried the English flag over to the United States and made a hell of a representation for himself. Because Billy was a fabulous wrestler. So it wasn't Dynamite, but Dynamite's style was fabulous. Dynamite's style was that fast, hard, boom, boom. And in Japan, he could perpetrate it even better because the Japanese would work to suit him or to suit, you know, what they had going. So that's how it became a style. But he wasn't the one that really did. They're Rocco Ball and those other guys. Yeah, those other guys. You know, they all have the same style and the same you know, perfection in class to the wrestling.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Rollerball Rocco, Johnny Saint. You know, they still hold up those matches, but I'm going to give you one quote just before we get to our final story. Bret Hart described Dynamite as the greatest pound-for-pound wrestler ever. Is that true for you?
Yeah. If you want to put it, I don't know. Yeah, it could be. I mean, it depends who's in the argument.
Everybody.
You know, there's other
Everybody
guys.
is.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you know, it depends. What you considered, you know. Yeah, I you know, without doubt, he easily could be. You know, and I'm sure by a lot of people, you know, by Brett's estimation, it probably is. But you know, yeah, you know, when you throw guys like Dory Funk Jr. or Ray Stevens or you know, The Rock or Stone Cold, throwing all those other guys in the equation, you know, and you have, you know, wrestling is the performance. You get performance, which is just on the level that you're brought. You know, you don't take Meryl Streep in to do a roller derby movie. You know, it's, you know, so it's just, you know, fitting people in different roles and having he could easily be the best pound per pound wrestler, you know, of his age, and that he certainly had the mechanics and everything down. Whether he could carry it on a mic would be another story, and his promos. So you know, with pound for pound, yes, he could do anything, absolutely anything in the ring, and his timing was fabulous. So I mean, you know, he wasn't worried about getting his in or losing. Not getting his comeback in, or because he knew he was going to get his in. So yeah, he could have been, but then again, it depends who you're talking to. That there are other guys too that other people have respect for, and different types of schools. That Broadway, hard, fast, you know, quick moving, up down type school. Yeah, Dynamite could easily fill the bill for that. Even with today's NXTs and AEWs and whatever like that, however they're going, he could have worked. He could have run circles around a lot of these guys.
It's funny you mentioned promos. He grew up about 20 miles away from me, and I can't understand what he's saying half of the time. Just mumble. I can't understand what he's saying. It's like how Americans could understand what he was saying is beyond me.
Yeah, well, that's why he had a manager.
Yeah.